Days of Our Lives preview video for the week of October 27. Yuan reveals that Tony DiMera will go missing, while Sarah Horton Kyriakis has a rage room outburst. Duel's weekly promo begins with Brady Black taking Sarah to a rage room and explaining how she should just start smashing everything. That's exactly what Sarah will do as she tries to get all her Xander Kyriakis fury out. Speaking of Xander, he'll trade threats with Maggie Kyriakis. When Maggie threatens to do everything in her power to send Xander to prison, he'll warn that Philip Kyriakis will go right alongside him if that happens. Over with Abe Carver, Days spoilers say he'll complain about Theo Carver keeping secrets from him. Abe won't understand why Theo's been holding back, but Theo will admit his dad hasn't been easy to talk to. Leo Stark will also have an awkward conversation with Aaron Green during a Halloween encounter. That'll lead to Leo acknowledging that Aaron might be his foster son's biological father. Aaron indeed suspects he is Tesoro's bio-dad, but he trusted Sophia Choi when she previously told him that wasn't the case. Now that Aaron knows Tate Black isn't the baby daddy, he feels pretty confident the paternity test will prove he's the father instead. Other Days spoilers say Abe and Julie Williams will meet Liam Selejko, who's part of the literacy program. Abe will be serving as Liam's mentor, but there could be some Theo-related issues since Liam used to torment him when they were younger. Next, we should talk about EJ DiMera, who'll get updates on some disturbing news. It appears Anna DiMera will call EJ in a frantic state, so EJ will tell someone that Tony has gone missing. It turns out Tony will be part of some twisted lab experiments, including one that'll raise Stefana DiMera from the grave, at least in a way. Of course, we should consider the possibility that Tony is actually Andre DiMera if a swap has gone down. Andre might have been resurrected for this day's storyline and a fun switcheroo. Regardless, Days of Our Lives spoilers say some curveballs are still to come, as DiMera drama takes center stage. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, October 27th, reveal that Sarah Horton Kyriakis will blast Lang Philip Kyriakis, while Xander Kyriakis blames Maggie Kyriakis. EJ DiMera will also have a mission for Gwen von Leuschner, so here's what Duel fans can expect. For starters, Sarah will corner Philip and rip into him for the lies he told. If Philip hadn't fibbed about his attacker being someone else, then Sarah wouldn't have taken Xander back and set herself up for more heartbreak. Philip will be sorry for his deception, but he'll also urge Sarah to forgive Xander. Since Philip has moved past what happened, he'll suggest Sarah should be able to move past it too. However, Sarah has made up her mind this time that she's done with Xander and all the dangerous things he's capable of. Now that Sarah's ready to get a divorce, Xander will face off with Maggie and blame her for setting his marriage-ending fight in motion. Maggie, on the other hand, will just be glad she could help expose Xander's deception before Sarah got in too deep. The pain would have been even worse if Sarah had fully opened her heart to Xander again and let herself get even closer to him. Other Days spoilers say Leo Stark will confide in Chad DiMera. Since Leo's worried about the whole situation with Tesoro, he'll spill his concerns to Chad and get some support. As for EJ, he'll have a new mission for Gwen to tackle. Days spoilers say EJ will pass along an urgent order and expect Gwen to pull it off ASAP. Since EJ isn't happy about how nosy Leo's become when it comes to his shady hospital wing plans, he may want Gwen to distract her former BFF. EJ might push Gwen to pretend she's willing to fix their friendship and stop Leo from getting too close to the truth. Across town, Days spoilers say Brady Black will deliver an apology to Kat Green. Although Brady will be sorry about all the trouble Rachel Black stirred up with Thomas DiMera, Kat won't blame anyone other than herself for her past mistakes. Brady may hope that Kat and Chad can still get their romance back on track, but Kat won't think that's possible, at least not at this point in the story. Days of Our Lives spoilers say something could change for Chad and Kat in the coming episodes, so stay tuned for updates on any romantic news on the horizon. It's a week of high tension in Salem, which includes a bit of rage as well, as teased in the latest Days of Our Lives preview. Sarah's world is falling apart after she learned of Xander's latest lies and betrayal in the beating of Philip, and Maggie isn't about to let her daughter be hurt any further. Then there is little Tesoro, and the question of who will adopt and take care of the boy. Finally, a very special guest star and a missing person round out this week's drama-filled promo. As Xander and Sarah's relationship continues to fall apart and head towards divorce, Brady tries to give Sarah an outlet for her anger and betrayal. How? He takes her to a rage room. Meanwhile, a disgusted Maggie vows to send Xander to prison. But he's quick to note that Philip will go right along with him. Will Maggie really send both of her beloved Victor's sons to the slammer? Abe asks his son why he hadn't come to him sooner, but Theo notes his dad hasn't exactly been easy to talk to lately. Is he speaking of Theo's attempts to heal the Demera-Kyriakis feud? Or Theo's new role at Demera? Leo confronts Aaron and says he believes he may be Tesoro's biological father. With Sophia in Bayview, will Aaron step up to be the boy's father? And what will Sophia's mom, Amy, have to say if he does? Julie introduces Abe to a young man he'll be helping, Liam. Liam is played by Hank Northrup, the late Wayne Northrup's son. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Alex Kyriakis thought he was okay with Stephanie Johnson coming out as Anastasia Sands. However, the more people who figure out who she is, the more upset Alex gets. Alex knows that certain scenes in her book is based on encounters with other men. Will Alex pull away from Stephanie because of this? Alex is growing very uncomfortable when it comes to Stephanie's reveal. Alex was stunned to learn that Philip Kyriakis knew who Stephanie was by a scene she used, just like Jeremy Horton did. How many more men are going to figure this out before the press conference? Alex knew that this book was truth-based when he asked Stephanie to allow him to publish it. Alex also messed up when he didn't make sure that Kate Brady deleted the one part that Stephanie insisted be left out. How much more will it take before Alex seriously starts to pull away from Stephanie? Alex has a past as well. Most people know about his threesome with Allie Horton and Chanel Dupree. Stephanie recently found out about Alex's crimes from college too. However, it seems that Alex is going on a double standard here because he doesn't seem to be handling Stephanie's past well at all. Stephanie has done pretty well at accepting Alex's past without many problems recently, but it wasn't that way at first. Alex has been a player most of his life, at least until he met Stephanie. Unfortunately, Stephanie and Philip is getting to him because he works with Philip every day. Should this be a subject that isn't touched on at work? Stephanie and Alex have recently moved in together as the next step in their relationship. However, it seems that this author reveal is really getting to Alex. Will Alex want Stephanie to back out of the outing instead of going through with this? Is this the right move for Titan Industries while they are detangling Titan and Demera? This reveal could blow up in so many ways if it isn't handled right. Jeremy is bound to be at the reveal, and Alex is convinced that he is the person who told Leo Stark. If Alex and Jeremy have an issue at the outing, this could lead to issue in Stephanie and Alex's relationship. Will Stephanie and Alexis' relationship survive? Days of Our Lives. Spoilers for Monday, October 27th reveal some major moments as Salem kicks off another week. Someone gets strict orders while the poop hits the fan in a household, and someone apologizes. Find out what's set to unravel on Monday's show below. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, October 27th suggest that E.J. Dimera will give Gwen Rizjek an order. The two are scheming to build a research lab in the hospital, so what exactly will E.J. ask Gwen to do? Meanwhile, Leo Stark will share some trouble he's having with Chad Demera. Is this about official spectator business, or could Leo share his concerns about Tesoro's adoption? After all, Leo and Chadwick aren't only colleagues, they are friends now too. Read this, Days of Our Lives. Spoilers. Holly expelled from Salem U. Over probation violation, blames Tate? Across town, in the aftermath of Xander Kyriakis confessing he beat up Philip Kyriakis during the Friday, October 24th episode, the poop will hit the fan with a number of confrontations. The first one is a major clash between Xander and Maggie Kyriakis. Maggie has loved Xander like a son, so the fact that he lied to her and Sarah Horton Kyriakis for this long is huge. Speaking of Sarah, she'll confront Philip during the Monday show. Now that the truth is out, what will Philip have to say for himself? Finally, Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday indicate that Brady Black will apologize to Kat Green, as it was his daughter, Rachel Black, who spilled the beans about Kat dating Chad to Thomas Demera. Not to mention how she faked being Abigail DiMera when she first came to town. Brady will likely say sorry on Rachel's behalf. After all, the little girl's confession to her cousin sparked a chain reaction that ultimately ended in Chad and Kat breaking up. How will Kat react to Brady's apology? What storyline are you most looking forward to during Monday's show? Share your thoughts. It may not have been a golden night in terms of trophies, but Days of Our Lives favorite, Blake Berris, still had plenty to celebrate at the 2025 Daytime Emmy Awards. The actor, who played Everett Lynch and Nick Fallon on the Peacock soap, made a major splash on the red carpet, stepping out for the first time publicly with actress and talk show host Busy Phillips. The new couple turned heads as they posed for photos, marking a fresh chapter in Berris's life, both personally and professionally. Their budding romance was later confirmed by People, and the pair were also spotted together earlier this month at the Nobody Wants This Season 2 premiere event. Berris, who earned his first nomination in the Outstanding Supporting Actor category, has long been admired by fans for his layered performances and emotional depth. Away from the spotlight, he's also a devoted father. He shares 3 sons, Lear, and twins Naisi and Beau, from his previous marriage to filmmaker Alexandra McGinnis's, with whom he tied the knot in 2017. In past interviews, Berris has spoken warmly about fatherhood, calling it a beautiful kind of chaos. Though neither he nor McGinnis has publicly commented on their split, the Days actor's recent public appearance signals that he's moving forward with joy and confidence. As for Phillips, the Dawson's Creek alum has also been navigating her own new chapter following her separation from writer Mark Silverstein. The pair share 2 daughters, Birdie and Cricket. She recently revisited the Dawson's Creek universe when she participated in a benefit to honor series star James Van Der Beek. Berris has become a true daytime favorite thanks to his unforgettable performances on Days. He first captured viewers' attention as the complex and conflicted Nick Fallon from 2006 to 2009, and then again from 2012 to 2010. Berris reprised the role in the 2021 Peacock special A Very Salem Christmas. He returned to Salem years later as the mysterious Everett Lynch in 2023 to 2024, earning kudos along the way. Along the way, Berris even briefly stepped onto another soap, temporarily portraying Damian Spinelli on General Hospital in 2017. His standout work has earned him multiple Daytime Emmy nominations, including recognition in both the Younger Actor and Supporting Actor categories. Days of Our Lives gives Dr. Mark Green back in Salem after a stint in Statesville Prison, and he just applied for a job with E.J. DiMera, who is also the boss of his sister, Kat Green. So, will Mark get a job at the hospital if Kat is able to talk him into spying for her? We know that she and Rafe Hernandez are eager to dig up dirt that Shane Donovan and the ISA want, but so far, they haven't really struck gold. So, fresh out of prison for plotting to kill Chad DiMera, Mark is desperate for a job. He went to the brother of the guy he tried to kill. He asked EJ for a job doing research or working in a lab because Mark has lost his medical license. It looks like EJ is actually going to give Mark a job at his secret lab, hidden behind the soon-to-be-open Dr. Tom Horton Free Clinic at University Hospital. What Mark doesn't know, though, is that his sister Kat has been working for the ISA, and they are specifically targeting EJ. If you're current on episodes, you know that Kat and Rafe are investigating EJ on Shane's orders to find out who helped him finance the purchase of the financially unstable medical facility and why EJ even wanted to buy the hospital. I'm sure Kat will be happy that Mark got a job at all, but finding out that he's going to be working in the sketchy clinic, well, that could be great for Kat. We know that she, Rafe, and Shane all expect that EJ's up to no good and that this clinic is at the heart of it, but they've got no proof. But Kat's brother Mark could be their inside man. He could give them the inside scoop on EJ's secret science scheme, who's providing the money, and what all is going on. Despite Jennifer Horton and Jack Devereaux writing the parole board and trying to block Mark's release, it didn't work. Now, former physician Mark is on the loose, and he's back in Salem. He's reunited with his sisters Kat and Felicity Green and his brother Aaron Green, who may be a daddy now. Mark has insisted that he wouldn't have gone through with killing Chad. He's very remorseful that he and Kat got caught up in Clyde Weston's evil plans. The thing is, Mark really felt like he had no other choice but to follow the plan, or Clyde would have killed his mom, Katharina Meliunas. So, even though Mark is out on parole and he's got his freedom, he cannot practice medicine unless and until he gets his license back. However, Kat encouraged Mark to go ahead and submit a resume and talk to EJ about some kind of job at the hospital. But I don't think Kat was expecting this specific job. Mark came in to talk to him, and at first, EJ resisted. Why hire Mark, the guy who was going after Chad on Clyde's orders, especially since EJ hates Clyde and he loves his brother Chad? However, once EJ heard that Mark loves working in a lab and doing research, he was all ears. It was all about his agenda. EJ told Mark that he could have the job if he could follow directions without asking questions, and if Mark would sign an NDA agreement. Of course, Mark was a little hesitant, but then EJ reassured him it's privately funded research, so the paralee doctor took the job. Now, I can't wait to see Kat's reaction when her brother Mark tells her that he got a job at the new lab. Kat knows the secure room with the fancy keypad lock is not just some medicine closet like EJ claims, because Kat went down and she was snapping photos on Days of Our Lives. This secret new space in the hospital has piqued Leo Stark's interest. Also, if you recall, he recently rescued his former bestie, Gwen Rischek, when she was trapped there during the blackout. Leo was investigating a tip about the blackout outage and the source of it. That's when he found Gwen freaking out because she was locked in the room with the power off. The electronic lock wouldn't work. So Leo chopped through the drywall and was able to rescue Gwenny. And now, of course, Leo is itching to know what's going on in there too. Unfortunately, Rita, the henchwoman who's EJ's right hand, just caught Leo snooping down there. EJ told Rita they need to deal with Leo ASAP. That could mean a lot of different things to EJ. We might see Leo kidnapped and used as a guinea pig for one of EJ's new secret experiments in his new secret lab. I do hope that Mark will be working directly for Dr. Wilhelm Rolf in this sketchy new lab. I do hope he's coming back. The man is brilliant, and it's always fun to see Rolf in scenes. I know fans like seeing the Dimer a mad scientist. And speaking of Rolf, I think it'd be a hoot if he and Rita started vibing. They're both devoted to EJ and the Dimeras. They're both pretty wicked. They seem to not have a conscience, and they could see eye to eye on a lot of things. I think they could have a freaky little fling that might be a fun little side plot. So, if we see Mark working with Rolf, I'm totally here for it. And I almost forgot, we still need to find out what's going on with Marlena Evans and this possible new Stefano Dimera. And if that plays into whatever EJ is scheming to do down in that lab. Is he doing something with dear old dad's brain or consciousness, or something weird like what Rolf has done before? The Horton Free Clinic opens its doors in November for the 60th anniversary of Days of Our Lives, with lots of guest stars coming in. That's right around the corner. Meanwhile, Kat and Rafe are still trying to figure out what EJ has up his sleeve. They now know that Gwen was down there checking out the construction zone, so Kat and Rafe are watching Gwen, but they can't get too close. But Mark is another matter, since he just scored a job in the new lab. We'll see if EJ has hired Mark on a trial basis, and he only gets involved with the more nefarious stuff once EJ knows he can trust him, or maybe he'll hit the ground running as part of the nefarious plot. I do think if Kat talks Shane into offering Mark a sweetheart deal, he will take the risk of spying, and they might be able to expose and nail EJ. Days of Our Lives gives big casting news. Hank Northrup, son of the late Wayne Northrup, the original Roman Brady, and General Hospital star Lynn Herring, Lucy Coe, is making his debut as Liam Salejko. Soap social media is buzzing as Salem prepares to meet this troubled young man, who enters the canvas with a shady past and ties to some familiar names. So, who is Liam Seline? Hank Northrup's character first appears in scenes with Abe Carver, who recently joined a literacy program run by Julie Williams. Abe's first assignment is to mentor a young man, Liam, recently arrested for stealing a car. As part of his rehabilitation, Liam must attend tutoring sessions, and that's where their connection begins. Adding another twist, Abe soon realizes his student was once his son Theo Carver's high school bully. That revelation alone promises plenty of father-son conflict in upcoming episodes. Theo isn't thrilled to learn his dad is helping the same guy who tormented him as a teen. But Abe, ever the man of second chances, believes Liam deserves grace after growing up with both parents in prison. Theo doubts that Liam has changed, setting up a tense dynamic between the Carvers as Abe insists on mentoring the young man despite his son's objections. Hank Northrup described Liam's journey as transformative, saying his character will evolve and even have a bit of fun along the way, though Theo may not appreciate the kind of fun Liam brings back to Salem. We could also see a new romantic rivalry. Liam and Theo may both find themselves drawn to Ariana Horton. Recent scenes showed Theo flirting with Ari in Horton Square over coffee, and she definitely has a type. Ari's mom, Gabby Hernandez, likely won't approve of either suitor. She already distrusts Theo due to his Dimera connections, and Liam's criminal record won't help his case either. But that kind of disapproval might only fuel Ari's rebellious streak, creating classic Salem tension. Liam's last name, Seline, rings a bell for longtime fans. Back in the 1980s, Salem had siblings Ivy and Speed Seline. Speed led a street gang called the Vipers, notorious for kidnapping Bo Brady and Hope Brady. Ivy dated Mike Horton before leaving town. If Liam turns out to be related to them, it could link him directly to the Horton legacy, possibly even making him a surprise member of the family tree. There's speculation that Speed might be Liam's father, but a shocking twist could reveal Ivy as his mother, or even connect him to Mike Horton himself. That would mean Liam has a half-brother in Jeremy Horton, who recently returned to Salem. Fans are thrilled to see Wayne Northrup's son following in his father's footsteps, sharing scenes with veteran James Reynolds. Wayne and James go way back. Wayne played Roman Brady from 1981 to 1984 and again in the early 90s. Their connection adds emotional weight to this next-generation pairing on Days of Our Lives. Hank's debut next week promises a powerful on-screen moment, tying the show's past to its future. Expect Liam Seline to quickly become a name to watch. Between his history with Theo, a possible romantic entanglement with Ari, and hidden family connections, Hank Northrup's debut role could redefine Salem's younger generation. The writers seem poised to blend legacy nostalgia with fresh drama, and fans won't have to wait long to see how it all unfolds. Soap Opera News has the latest soap opera comings and goings for the week of October 27th. This week's news includes casting news for The Bold and the Beautiful, some returns on Beyond the Gates, a new face on Days of Our Lives, and more. We have all the details on who's in and who's out from your favorite daytime dramas. Carrie Christopher wrapped filming as Thomas DiMera months ago. The actor will exit the show in the near future. According to a rep from the show, the role will be recast, and the new actor will debut in April 2026. With so many shakeups, this week promises a lot of drama for fans. Be sure to check back next week for the latest updates on all the comings and goings from your favorite soaps. That's it for your soap opera comings and goings for the week of October 27th. Catch all 5 soaps weekdays on their respective networks and streaming platforms. Days of Our Lives fans are in for an emotional treat as new details about Hank Northrup's debut have surfaced. The talented son of Wayne Northrup and Lynn Herring steps into Salem, following in his late father's footsteps while honoring his legacy in a deeply meaningful way. When Days of Our Lives first announced Hank Northrup's casting, mystery surrounded his role. Now the veil has lifted, and the young actor is set to portray Liam, Abe Carver's literacy mentee. This exciting connection puts him alongside the iconic James Reynolds, who plays Abe. The pairing carries special meaning. Hank's late father, Wayne Northrup, and Reynolds shared an on-screen partnership and real-life friendship dating back decades. Hank shared that his dad often spoke fondly of Reynolds' warmth and laughter, and now Hank finally gets to experience it firsthand. He revealed, "James has the best laugh you'll ever hear. We couldn't stop hugging each other." For Hank, joining Days of Our Lives isn't just another acting job. It's a full-circle moment. His father, Wayne, brought 2 memorable characters, Roman Brady and Alex North, to life, while his mother, Lynn Herring, has captivated fans for years as Lucy Coe on General Hospital. Though his parents initially wanted their sons to stay away from acting due to its challenges, Hank's admiration for his father never faded. He confessed that his dad was his hero, and that deep down, he always dreamed of walking the same path. That dream is now a reality, one filled with nostalgia, pride, and healing for his entire family. Before his first day on set, Hank received invaluable advice from his mother, Lynn Herring, who gave him guidance and emotional strength. She has been a constant pillar of support, ensuring her son entered the industry with confidence and grace. For the Northrup family, Hank's debut on Days of Our Lives marks more than a professional achievement. It's a moment of healing and tribute after the heartbreaking loss of Wayne Northrup in November 2024, following his battle with early-onset Alzheimer's. Hank expressed his gratitude for being able to honor his father's legacy on a show that meant so much to him and their family. Hank Northrup's arrival on Days of Our Lives is both touching and triumphant. With passion, poise, and family legacy guiding him, his debut promises to capture hearts across Salem. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for more exclusive updates on Days of Our Lives and its ever-growing family of stars. Back in February, news broke that Hank Northrup had been cast on Days of Our Lives in a new role. His name may sound familiar to fans of the soap, as he is the son of the late Wayne Northrup, who played Roman Brady and Alex North on Days, and General Hospital star Lynn Herring, who herself made the Salem scene as Lisanne Gardner. Now, Soap Opera Digest can report that Northrup will be making his debut in the episode streaming on Wednesday, October 29th. When Northrup's casting was first announced, details of his character were kept under wraps, but now we know that he will be playing Liam, who is Abe Carver's literacy mentee, which allows the young actor to work closely with Days vet James Reynolds. As longtime Days fans know, Abe and Roman were partners at the Salem PD, kicking off a close friendship not only between their characters, but between Reynolds and the late Northrup as well. "My dad always said, 'James has the best laugh you'll ever hear,' and I finally got to hear it in person," Northrup told TV Insider, of what it was like to meet and begin working with Reynolds. "This man just lights up the room. He was so kind to me. We honestly couldn't stop hugging each other." Although both of his parents are actors, and both actually worked together as Rex Stanton and Lucy Coe on the GH spin-off Port Charles from 1997-98, Northrup said, "They tried to keep my younger brother Grady and me as far away from the business as possible. They loved what they did, but obviously, there are a lot of hardships that come with the business that they experienced firsthand, so they wanted us to have our own path. I worshipped my dad. He was my hero, still is to this day, and forever will be. So in the back of my mind, I always thought, I know they don't want me to be an actor, but I want to follow in his footsteps." And now that Northrup has followed his father's path to Salem, he reported that his mother couldn't be happier about his new gig. The younger Northrup shared with TV Insider that Herring gave me so much great advice before my first day and gave me so many tips heading into it. She's been the best support system I could possibly ask for. The actor noted that appearing on Day was a healing moment for his entire family as they navigate the loss of their patriarch, who passed away in November 2024 after a 6-year battle with early-onset Alzheimer's, and declared, "I'm just so honored now to get to honor my own father on the show that he loved so much." The action in this Days of Our Lives spoilers video preview for the week of October 27th begins at a local business where Brady has taken Sarah, who is still reeling over the news that Xander really was the one who beat Philip to a pulp, so she can work out her anger. "This is a rage room where you get out all your anger and frustrations, and you just start smashing everything," he tells her as he hands Sarah a baseball bat. There are glasses scattered throughout the room, all ready for someone to pulverize. Wearing safety glasses and protective gear to match, Sarah releases her rage by swinging the bat at the fragile stemware. Maggie is disgusted with her soon-to-be former son-in-law for what he's done. She loved Xander with all of her heart, but she's furious at him for giving in to his dark side and almost killing his half-brother. "I will do everything in my power to send you to prison," she says. "Philip will go right alongside me," Xander promises. taking Maggie by surprise. Abe speaks with his son Theo in Horton Town Square. "Why didn't you tell me about this before?" Abe asks. Theo has to tell him a hard truth. "You have not been easy to talk to," Theo says bluntly. Will things come more easily for the father and son now that a line of communication has been opened? Dressed up in costume, Leo talks with Aaron and tells the teens something very important. "You may be my foster son's biological father," Leo informs the nervous young man. What will Aaron do if it turns out he really is Tesoro's father? At Julie's bookstore, Abe is greeting the young man he's set to mentor. "Mr. Salejko," Abe says, welcoming him. "You can just call me Liam," he says to Abe. "Oh, slow down. I can't understand a word you're saying," EJ says off-screen before he's shown turning around in his office chair. He tells someone unseen, "My brother Tony is missing." See it all for yourself in the preview video below. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the comments section, and be sure to check out our spoilers gallery for a sneak peek at what's happening on all the soaps this week, including Days.